What's up, guys? Welcome back, Cheatham Street Relics. So today, as you can see, we got the Blue Devil transmission sealer. I think I talked about it in a previous video on the 1989 Ranger GT. Like I said before, guys, a rare truck. Only about 700 of these or so were produced and sold in 1989. Of course, we also have an 88 Ranger GT as well. They produced and sold just under 4,000 of them that year. So a couple videos ago, I mentioned that I had noticed some transmission fluid leaking from this truck after taking it on a drive. And I don't drive these trucks far, guys. As I've said before, I keep them local. I might drive them, 50, 60 miles. That's about tops. I keep them local. They're not daily drivers by any means. I don't get out and drive them at all, long distances or anything. My Park Avenue, which is parked around front, that's my daily driver. And of course, we got the 94 Ram as well. And I sort of daily drive that a little bit, but not that much, just every once in a while. But the Rangers are definitely not daily drivers. So I noticed the transmission fluid leak. I carried it to my local mechanic who does all of our work here for us on our vehicles. He looked at it, called me back in a couple days, and told me there was really nothing he could do for it. The transmission was leaking in 2 or 3 different places, and he recommended a certain transmission repair shop, which is in Jackson, Tennessee, which is about an hour drive from where I live. So he recommends it. I did a little research. I checked this place out online. They've been in business for 40 plus years. So that's about all I was able to find online. But I take his word. If he recommends somebody that they're good, I'll take his word for it. But anyway, guys, as you saw in the start of the video, I did buy a bottle of this Blue Devil transmission sealer. Everything I've heard about Blue Devil, they make this for a lot of different things. They make the head gasket sealer, the oil. If you have oil leaks, they make it for that. Power steering, AC, and from most of the reviews I've seen on this stuff, and I didn't see a lot of reviews on the transmission sealer, but pretty much everything else that I saw. See, that guy was getting it on that motorcycle. But pretty much everything I saw on it, well, guys, let me tell you this, we live in West Tennessee. We've got some wild and crazy rednecks, no doubt. And you just saw an idiot right there, a plumb idiot, okay? But back to the Blue Devil. I'm going to try this transmission sealer. I didn't find a lot of videos specifically on this Blue Devil product, but like I said, there were a lot of reviews on other Blue Devil products, and from everything I saw, they seemed to work pretty well. People were overall pretty satisfied with them. And I know, guys, that it's not a permanent fix. A lot of this stuff, whether it be oil, additive, or whatever, a lot of times it's just a temporary fix. But I'm going to try it. I've got the money. That's not an issue as far as having the transmission rebuilt. Most people know that's kind of a pricey job to have done. You're looking at probably $1,500, $2,000 in some cases. I don't really want to put that into this truck right now. My goal was to get the paint work done on the truck. Most of the body work's done. The truck overall is pretty straight. I've had body work done on this truck and a lot of body parts replaced on it over the years, and overall the body's pretty straight. Really just needs a paint job. It needs a full paint job. And like I said before, I'm not looking for a show quality. I want something obviously that looks good and a decent paint job, something that's going to last a little while. But I'm not looking for a trophy winner, just something nice. And I wouldn't mind having it where I could take it to some car shows and stuff. But like I said, this transmission issue popped up. It kind of bums you out a little bit because you're always working on these old trucks. It's always something. And that's just part of having older vehicles. On the flip side, you don't have a car payment. And of course, nowadays, guys, the average car payment's what, $600-800 a month. So, yeah, you don't have a car payment, but you always got something breaking, something tearing up, something to do. So, right now we're dealing with the transmission leak. I also said that it's got a random tick in the engine. It's a lifter tick that it's just sporadic, random tick. It'll do it sometimes, sometimes it won't. I'll go ahead and crank it up real quick while we finish this video and see how the engine sounds today. I've got some oil additive I'm going to put in it. We'll do that on another video and see. But like I said, guys, that lifter will stick. It's just a little sticky lifter. It'll tick sometimes, and then you see that dust flying inside the truck here when I got in. But that lifter will stick, and it'll tap a little bit, and it'll eventually clear up, go away, and it's just it comes and goes. Again, guys, you see the odometer, 89,645. That's what it's showing. It does not have the 100,000 mile digit on these trucks. Let's go ahead and crank it up. This truck's always fired up, better than a lot of new vehicles I've had. So let's get out and take a listen to the engine. I don't hear any noise for a 2.9 liter, which these engines are known to be a little bit noisy anyway. She sounds really good. See, there is a 2.9 liter. It's a stock engine. It is equipped with air conditioning. It needs to be charged up or something. I hadn't used it in a long time. We just put a new die-hard battery on it not long ago. I did a video on that. But so on the Blue Devil, what I did was it tells you to add. It tells you that 1 ounce. A Blue Devil treats 1 quart. So this truck, from what I've researched and found out, probably holds about, without pulling the crankcase, about 3 quarts of transmission fluid, somewhere in that neighborhood. So what I did was I got me a little measuring cup, because these bottles, they say to add, if you're going to add 3 ounces, there's nothing on this bottle. It's got a label on it, so you can't see through it like a quart of oil to see what level you're at. So I bought a little cheap plastic measuring cup. I'll show you that. It's got it at Walmart for a couple bucks. When I bought that Blue Devil, bought that little funnel there too, which has made it a lot easier to fill it. But bought this little old cheap plastic measuring cup, and I put about 3.5 ounces in there, and that bottle is still got quite a bit left in it. Let's see what it is actually. This is a it's a 16 ounce bottle. So we'll see how this first round of Blue Devil does, to see if it slows up the leak any, or even potentially stops the leak. I did a leak test on it, put a piece of poster board underneath the truck and showed you guys where it was leaking. I just backed it over here in the grass this morning. I had it over here in the carport. It's been sitting here for a couple weeks. You can see right there where she's leaking out. It's a significant leak, I would say, but it's not pouring out. I've seen them worse, but definitely, like I said, it's going to have to be addressed. And like I said, guys, eventually it probably will have to be, the rebuild on a transmission will have to be done. But I thought, what the heck, I'm not in no hurry. It's not a daily driver. I just ease around in town in it, so I'll try this Blue Devil transmission sealer and just see what it does. See if it slows up the leak, or even maybe it may potentially even stop it. I don't think it will. A lot of times these things aren't, obviously they're not for permanent fixes. A lot of people use them, but they're just trying to get by a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't really want to dump that money in the transmission right now. I'd rather put it into a paint job if I can. But so I added, like I said, about 3.5 ounces, and it says to get it out and drive it, just normal driving, for a couple days, and then kind of see where you're at with your leak, and go from there. What this does, it basically gets in there and it kind of swells up the seals and everything supposedly back to what they were at factory. Now, again, guys, this is an '89 model, so I don't know how it's going to work on this old girl here, but I figured for $10, the bottle was about $10 or $12, I think, and I bought it at Got it at AutoZone. So yeah, we'll see what it does, guys, and I'll keep you updated, let you know how it's doing. So I don't drive this truck a whole lot, like I said before. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the hood, and it's my day off, and I'm off tomorrow, so I'll get it out and drive it. I don't know, I may drive it 20, 25 miles today, just cruise around some back roads in it to get this stuff circulating in it. And in a few days, I'll check the ground over here, check underneath the truck, and see if it has made any improvements or anything as far as that goes. And we'll update, let you guys know, because like I said, there's not a lot of videos I found on YouTube talking about the transmission sealer. There are some talking about the oil, the Blue Devil for oil leaks, and a head gasket sealer and stuff like that, but I didn't see a whole bunch about transmission. So we'll go ahead and check it and see how it does, and give a little update anyway, just kind of for shits and giggles. The engine sounding good. Got a little tap, little tick. That's just kind of a normal tick for these 2.9s. But we'll get another video, and I'll add the oil stabilizer, oil treatment that I bought for it. All right, guys. Blue Devil transmission sealer. We'll see what she does.